Good evening and welcome to Football Friday Night. Alongside Jason Geiser, I'm Dave Siseski, and we begin tonight with some MAC action.
Yeah, 4 teams from the Midwest Athletic Conference enter tonight with perfect 3-0 records. They just happen to be the teams that claim state championships over the past 2 seasons.
We have highlights from all 4 of those teams, including the 2 that go head-to-head tonight and New Bremen. The Cardinals try to avenge last year's 5-point loss to eventual Division 5 state champion Versailles. Opening drive of the game, Cardinals with the ball. It's David Holman calling his own number. He rolls to the right. He bursts through a hole, and defenders are flying around him. He gets the first down and more. Cardinals drive continues. Hunter Schaefer gets the handoff, but is quickly met by Titus Gerhardt. He stalls the offense there for the moment, but Holman again getting his team pumped. He dances his way around the defense, eventually is brought down, but gets his team closer to the end zone. Cardinals inside the red zone now. The ball is given to Schaefer, who signs, seals, and delivers the game's opening score. Cardinals up 7-0. New Bremen would hold on to win this one 14-7.
More MACtion. The defending Division 7 state champs are also on the road tonight. Marion Local takes their perfect 3-0 mark into Delphus for a date with the St. John squad trying to snap a 2-game skid. After the Flyers defense scored on the second play from scrimmage, they're stingy again on the Jays' second drive. Darren Meyer sacks the quarterback. Then 2 plays after the Flyers block a punt, it's Meyer toting the rock into the end zone from 1 yard out. Quickly, Marion Local has a 13-0 lead. The St. John's defense needs to get a stop. Camden Schaefer and Joel Schrader team up to knock the pigskin free, and Jake Boniface falls on it, but the Flyers offense wasn't stopped many times tonight. Here's Tate Hess on the quarterback keeper, bounces into the outside, coming right toward us. The senior streaks down the sideline, 60 yards to pay dirt. Marion Local wins big, 54-0. 2020 Division 6 state champion Coldwater is the other MAC team that still sports an unblemished record. The Cavs try to keep it that way, playing host to 2019 state title winner Anna. Start of the second half, Coldwater gives the rock to Luke Sudoff and zigs and zags his way past the marker, giving his team another set of downs. So you need to go right back to him, right? Sudoff bursting through the line and through a Rockets defender. He loses his balance, but gets his team closer to building on a 36-7 lead. Later in the drive, Coldwater's inside the 15, but Anna's up to the task. Trey Heitkamp and Colin Elliott meet at the ball carrier. The road team forces third down, but on the very next play, Marcel Blasingame gets it to a cutting A.J. Harlemer. That wraps up the Coldwater scoring. They win 43-14. A couple more scores from the MAC. Parkway goes on the road and takes down St. Henry 14-0, while Minster protects Memorial Field 42-21 over Fort Recovery. Now let's welcome in Tony Quach, who spent the night in WBL country.
Thanks, Jason. In 7 of the last 8 seasons, the top spot of the WBL has been held either by Walpacanetta or Van Wart. Tonight, both teams jockey for the top spot in the conference, and that matchup is our Football Friday Night Spotlight Game.
The Football Friday Night Spotlight Game is brought to you by D&D Trucking.
Last year's co-league champs battle it out at Harmon Field as the Van Wart Cougars clash with the Wapacanetta Redskins. The Cougars came out on top in the last meeting, 55-45. Picking up the action in the second half, Wildpack down 19-0. Caleb Moyer connects with Grant Jolly for a 38-yard touchdown pass. The Skins get on the board. They trail 19-6 after the extra point. To the fourth quarter, Skins with the ball once more. Jolly breaks out of the pocket, looks for an open man, but his pass is picked off by Reese Krug at the 7-yard line. The Cougars, however, return it over on downs. Wildpack with the ball at the 2-yard line. Moyer hands it out to Jace Nouse. An easy 2-yard rush cuts Van Wart's lead to 5. It's 4-1 for the Cougars, and they attempt to punt the ball with 12 seconds left, and the punt is blocked by Tyler Hauser, is recovered by Jordan Schneider, and Schneider returns it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. That's the game winner as the Skins erase a 19-point deficit to win 20-19. Over at Grand Lake Health Field, the St. Mary's Rough Riders look to bounce back after a Week 3 loss to Wapkin, while the Ottawa Glandorf Titans are still seeking their first win of 2022. Opening quarter, Cody Wallace decides to throw the pigskin. He connects with Brayden Sullivan for a 16-yard touchdown pass. The Rough Riders get on the board first. They lead 7-0. Second quarter, Wallace takes to the skies once more. He connects with Sullivan once again downfield. St. Mary's doubles their lead. They're now up 14-0. OG looking for an answer, and a swarm of Rough Riders stops the Titans right in their tracks. OG turns it over on downs. Still in the second, Wallace with an easy 1-yard rush for the TD. That bumps their lead up to 21. St. Mary's goes on to win 41-12.
Elida, undefeated in the conference, back looking for their first conference win on the year. That would have to come on the road. First quarter, Larkin Henderson, the quarterback, is going to find Jackson Koval down near the 2-yard line. Very next play, however, Bath forces the fumble. It's going to be Keaton Vernon. Jumps on it, Wildcats ball. A little crowded, however, when you get the ball at the 2. First play of the drive, back. They fumble it back to the Bulldogs. Good teams, however, take advantage of turnovers. Bulldogs would punch it in. Quarterback keeper Henderson lowers the pad 7-0 Elida. Bath would try to get the offense going, however, on their next drive. Zach Welsh's pass just out of the reach, however, receiver Blaine Albright. And then this happened. Late second quarter, a double reverse. Kane Sullivan to Mikey Hale, back to Sullivan, who throws down to wide open Albright. Nothing but end zone in front, but Elida remains undefeated, winning this one 31-10. Let's keep it in the WBL as Defiance Bulldogs head to Shawnee to take on the Indians. Second half action, Shawnee QB Dominic Lynch. He's going to find a broken play here. But what happens? How do you cure a broken play? Well, a good runner and just go deep. Lynch goes all the way to the left and then switch fields. Then he has the composure to stop and pop it. Receiver will bring it down. Senior Keegan Wilson with the catch of the year for the Indians, possibly. But they'd be held out of the end zone. First half, Defiance held in check. Second half, they'd get going. Dump pass to the tailback, Brogan Castillo. He breaks free from a few tackles, and he was gone. Defiance comes from behind, and they win this one 28-12. Just one other score in the WBL between the Salina Bulldogs and Kenton Wildcats. The Dogs win 27-7 on the road.
We need to take our first break here on Football Friday night. When we come back, see highlights from conference games, including teams from the track and the NWC. Stick around.
Welcome back. Lima Senior off to their best start at 3-0 since 2015. That season, they lost their conference opener in Week 4, however. This year, they try to win their conference opener and move to 4-0, which would be their best start since 2014 when they went 8-0. Spartan cheerleaders trying to keep the spirit up, but this was a tough one. Second quarter, Spartans down 21-0 and have to punt from their own one. Justin Toller will capitalize. He hesitates, then breaks a tackle, and he get in 35-0 St. John's lead at that point. But the Spartans still fighting before halftime. Arian Manley rolls out and gets first down pass to Caden Hampton. And with 30 seconds left before the half, Manley keeps it himself, changes direction, and goes 39 yards to the house. But the Spartans would lose their first game of the year on the road 48-13. Well, fresh off their first win of the season, Finley looking to pull off an upset at home, taking on Toledo Central Catholic. In the first quarter for the Trojans, Ryan Montgomery looks to his left and then throws a beautiful ball right into the arms of Javante Hill to get the Finley on the board. Central Catholic looking for a big play, however, too. But Hudson Goebel gets in the way. He picks it off, takes it upfield. Goebel evades several Central Catholic players, and he will set up a Trojan offense nicely at midfield. But later on the drive, Connor Hart mishandles the ball, and the Irish take it right back. Finley falls short to Central Catholic at home, 50-17.
It's also the first week of league play in the Northwest Conference. Crestview's the only program to navigate the non-league slate with a perfect 3-0 mark. Tonight they host an Allen East squad that also considers themselves conference contenders. After seeing a 15-0 lead cut to just 3 points in the second, the Mustangs answer. Jacob Hirschberger hits Keaton Lehman, who knows what to do with it. Across midfield, the senior picks up 30 yards on the play. He's finally taken down at the 35, and 2 plays later, Jack Hole bowls his way into the end zone. Allen East quickly pushes their lead back to 10, up 22-12. So Crestview goes to the air trying to answer, but this ball bounces off the receiver and right into the waiting arms of Joseph Hole. The interception puts an end to the night's drive and gives Allen East the ball deep in the Crestview end. They'd fumble it back to the home team, but have the ball again late in the half. Nothing doing for the offense here either. Wesson Ludwig drags down Hirschberger for the sack, and then later in the drive, it's Jarrett Harding making the big play. The junior comes up with the interception. This game remains a 10-point margin going into halftime. Third quarter, it's the road team making the defensive stop. Hirschberger cuts down the ball carrier in the backfield on 3rd and goal. Crestview never does find the end zone. Allen East wins 29-12. Columbus Grove emerges battle-tested from their pre-conference slate. The 4-time defending league champs open NWC play at home. Jefferson comes to town, fresh off their first win of the season. First quarter, Trent Tiemann fakes the handoff and tosses to Andrew Miller. That's a recipe for success if I've ever seen one. Miller picks up 21 yards, but the Grove D stiffens. Kyle Lathrop gets to the running back in the backfield and slams him down for a 4-yard loss. The home team keeps Jefferson off the scoreboard, and they put put a number up there before the quarter ends. Brenton Renner going topside, hitting Zach Reynolds, who does the rest of the work. There goes Reynolds, 58 yards to the house. Grove gets on the board first and never looks back, winning 38-6. Just down the road in Bluffton, the Pirates try to snap a 2-game skid after their opening week blowout of old rival Corey Rawson. They host a Spencerville team that's also in search of their second victory. Second quarter, the Pirates are pulling away on a 3rd and 9. Garrett Bogart calls his own number, slice into the end zone. Bluffton builds a 34-14 advantage. In the third, it's a 40-14 game. Spencerville gets something going. Josh Henline to Nate Coulter for 17 yards and a Bearcats touchdown. That has the road team back within 20, but Bluffton never lets them back into it. Immediate answer. The handoff is to Kyle Heckman, and heck, man, let's just watch him put in work. He is shedding defenders and matriculating his way down the field, 80 yards. Bluffton puts on a show for their home crowd, winning 54-35. Just one more score out of the NWC. Lipsick takes care of Ada by a 47-14 count in northern Putnam County.
We're set for our second and final break here on Football Friday night. When we come back, we have one more conference with action from the NWCC. More football action after this. Welcome back. First week of the NWCC play has the defending champion USV taking on the only team to make it to 3-0 in the 9-league play, Waynesfield Goshen. Let's head to the USV Athletic Complex. Home team Rams coming out pretty patriotic. Check out these flags here. They were fired up as well at the beginning of this game. But the first score of the game, that would go from QB Drew Britgam deep down the sidelines. Dalton Jordan even stopped to get it and still scored. Britgam wasn't done, escapes the pressure here and gets the pass off to Jace Kaufman, who puts the defender on skates and is off for the races. Kaufman would score nothing but end zone ahead. Tigers were on fire. Second quarter, action on the quarterback rollout. Everything clicking here for the score. Dalton Jordan now in the corner of the end zone. Tigers win this one big, 42-14. More NWCC action as Perry looks to get their first conference victory, hosting Elgin. Near the end of the third quarter here, we're going to pick this up. Perry trying to get something going on the offense here. How about this run down the sidelines by Elijah Caudill, breaking free all the way down to the 30, the 20, and knocked out of bounds. That would save a touchdown. Same drive. Jamarian Bird with a keeper for Perry. He gets the first down, but Perry would be held out of the end zone here. And on that quarterback keeper here, next play, they'd actually lose this one 42-8. Two more scores in the Northwest Central tonight, and both are lopsided. Hardin Northern hangs 61 on Ridgedale, while Ridgemont blanks Crestline 56-0.
Man, there are a trio of top-notch non-conference matchups tonight. LCC travels to unbeaten Huron and drops the second straight, 38-14. Meanwhile, Fort Loramie tangles with last year's Division 7 state runners-up, losing to Newark Catholic 27-9. And Liberty Benton also falls to a perennial pigskin power, meeting Mogador in Ashland and losing 33-28. Around the rest of the BVC, Arlington stays undefeated on the year, shutting out Corey Rawson 35-0. Macomb wins big over Van Buren 66-7. Pandora Gilboa blows past Arcadia 63-7, and Riverdale handles Van Loo 47-6. In the Green Meadows Conference, Edgerton edges Wayne Trace 21-20, and Ayersville has no trouble with Paulding 47-15. NWOAL, Patrick Enray bounces back from a 7-0 loss at Grove and opens league play with a 40-7 win at Swanton. In the CBC, Indian Lake gets shut out at Springfield Shawnee, while Bell Fountain wins their rivalry game over Ben Logan 41-3. Meanwhile, in the TRC, Lehman Catholic falls on the road to unbeaten Milton Union 42-7, and Riverside keeps Bethel winless 34-7.
That's how we wrap up week 4 here on Football Friday night. Thanks again for tuning in, and thanks to everyone here who helps put the show on the air each week.
Join Tony right back here tomorrow for highlights from the Buckeyes game, as well as plenty of action from our local teams. Have a great weekend.